Good morning, everybody. I'm Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and thanks for joining us on our Get Started call. I'm not sure what you know about Listings to Leads. I don't know if you're a client or not. If you are a client, please let me know. If you're not and you have questions, please let me know the questions in the questions panel. We've been here for 14 years as a resource for realtors to advertise, to build their brand, use social media in a almost completely automated way to market their listings. And if they don't have listings, help them find buyers and help them find sellers. And so there's a lot to the system. It takes a while to get your arms around it. So I appreciate you taking a little time to join me today to learn about it. If you are really getting new to us, this website right here, leadgenwebinars.com, is where you can register for live training. I'm going to send this to everybody right now. So if you see something blinking, that's me just sending you all a message. And let's go see here. And let's see if I can drag this over here. Not really. Sorry. So I just sent you a link to this. You can sign up for Get Started. Scott's doing social media database. He's got some classes going that are actually really useful. So you might want to check those out. I'll be doing a class for lenders, top tools for more listings in Facebook and Google ads. Now, before the class started, I was telling everybody, hey, you need to download the flyers on these two topics. I'll come back to that a little bit later, but they definitely are something that you want to have your arms around. If you're not on this call, you're watching this as a recording, go to leadgenwebinars.com and sign up for the classes. Now, every class that we do, including the ones that Scott does, we record them all and we put them on this YouTube channel. And I'm going to send this link to you. And I think this is, in my opinion, one of the best resources to understanding our platform, but also just gathering some real basic how-to market. And when the classes that Scott is doing they're a lot more general, like how you should approach marketing, how you should hit your farm market, how you should look at social media, things like that. And our tools, of course, will help you in that, but you don't actually have to use our tools to do it. So you can learn a lot just by checking this out. So that's our YouTube channel. I will say this about classes, and I do 4. And I think that Facebook and Google, it's pretty easy to understand. We're going to look at that a little bit today on this class. And there's a flyer. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I think it's really easy to get your arms around it. Certainly there's ways to make mistakes, but we have their software. We make it pretty easy. But I do want to recommend for everybody who is a client and for anybody who's thinking of staying in real estate to watch this class that I do. It's down here called Top Tools for More Listings. And you'll notice it says underneath it, farm with print, emails, and ads. And that's an important thing. That's an overall kind of theme. We create a lot of tools, and a lot of these tools you can use in print. A lot you can use on ads like Facebook and Instagram and Google. There are emails, you can blast them out and on your CRM. And then there's just social media tools that are free that you can use as well. But that's really a good holistic view. And it talks about the tools that will help you get listings. I'm going to show you a couple. But honestly, I recommend that all of our clients watch 2 or 3 of these, because although I sound like a robot, I'm a live person and I get a lot of feedback and a lot of things happen. I talk to a lot of people every day in the industry. And so as I hear stories, I share them on these calls. And sometimes I go deeper on one part of the platform than another. So check out a couple of versions of that call. And then the last great resource is our mastermind group. And this is a private group on Facebook. It's only for our clients. So if you're not a client, become a client and tell our support team to get you in there. But it's where Scott and I talk about the technology that we're pushing. Sometimes we'll share kind of ideas that other clients are doing. But I want to share something with you that I have spoken to this lady, Angie Diaz. I don't know why I know her, but this is a good kind of thing that our clients put out here, right? So Scott and I are always talking about what's great or this or that. But this lady says, hey, for anyone that would like the context on how I was able to secure a listing and a buyer, here's what I did. So she actually talks about the tools that she used in our system to get a listing and a buyer, right, from one home. And she gives a lot of good information here. It's worth reading. Even down here, she says, hey, this is what I bring on my listing presentation. And half of these tools are in our system. And so if you look up Angie Diaz Malanchi there, I think you're gonna find this very interesting. And a lot of our clients, we are certainly talking about what we're doing, but a lot of our clients have questions. There's a guy down here. I wanted to show you this. He's just saying, hey, I'm printing QR codes that we auto generate from in listings to leads. And he puts them in this little super simple plastic envelope, Velcros them to his yard signs. And he's saying this is working great because the tool that it's driving to is a single property website that we created for him. We create for all of you if you have listings in the system. So it's all about lead gen. I think it's great that he's just sharing a video. Certainly Scott and I will talk about what we think you should be doing, but it's great to see our clients saying, hey, this is how we're using the system. So get in the mastermind group. I really think you should scan it 5 or 10 minutes a week, not a huge time investment. You'll see a lot of great ideas. Let's go look over here. I get an email, Scott and I get an email of kind of some top things like top leads or what's going on. There's a lot of ways to capture leads with our system. And so I think this will just sort of get our juices flowing. For the last 30 days, Claudia here has generated 33 listing leads. This link says Property Valuation Plus. That is our home valuation landing page. Each of you get home valuation landing pages. You get unlimited landing pages. Okay. And I've seen this one for well over a year. This looks to me like one of those outlets, shopping outlet malls, but it's a great thing to think of when you're asking people for to give them a free home value. Use something that is going to be, they're going to know that they're area, right? And I think a shopping mall, I've seen a lot of downtown streets, restaurants that are popular are used. And so when you're trying to get all of these are all property valuation listing readouts. Here's another one from an assist to sell owner. And this is a lot more generic, but this guy is running ads. I don't know where, I can't remember where he is. I think he's up in Canada. This is a little more generic, but it's working for him. It works consistently. This guy's at the top of our chart every week. So he's definitely running ads. Melinda and Anthony, let's see what they're doing. So this looks like a nice area, portico. It might be a development, right? Looks like Florida to me. And within the past 30 days, they've got 22 leads. Here's somebody from Coldwell Banker. Now this is the generic. It's interesting. They're getting good results from this. There's no background picture. This picture of a coffee cup, I tell our clients all the time, don't go to market with that, but they're getting a bunch of leads, 20 leads. And this guy, he's funny too. He's out in Hawaii. And you see it. What is your Property Valuation Plus home worth now? He just didn't customize it. Like it should say the name of a city or maybe an island, right? This guy's in Hawaii. And I sent him an email, and who pays attention to my email? But I guess it doesn't matter because he's got 17 seller leads with our platform. There are other kinds of tools. That's just home valuation. I want to show you a couple things here because these are custom landing pages, and there's a whole section of landing pages. And he's created 6 questions to ask before you sell. And there's a downloadable report. You can create custom landing pages. And here's one for buyers that we didn't create. This is an unusual one where you don't actually, we create landing pages, but he wanted to put this kind of interest rate story. And so there's a little more information. So he decided to make a custom buyer landing page to capture that. Right. And then here, we'll just look at this and we'll move on. Yeah, this guy made this huge, big thing of outlines. And however you decide, when you create a landing page, you'll have e-flyers for it. So you can email it out to your CRM. You can run ads on Facebook or Google to it. You can print something and get people to it. And so that's the nature of a landing page is it's got a message. I know he didn't even customize the title. I know. But I'm sorry, somebody is mentioning that he didn't even customize the titles. When you create a home valuation landing page, it's pretty easy to do. You literally have to type in the name of a city and click one button and boom, it's created. And he didn't bother to do that. So it's looking like this. And I think that's funny as well. So anyway, what the whole point of that is to show you there are a lot of tools. That's just landing pages that we looked at. And I wanted to give that to you for food for thought, because there are lots of ways that you can customize it and use listings to leads to fit your business, right? It's not just about our business. And the last thing I want to mention are these two flyers. Now, I mentioned this when we got started. I mentioned this a couple times today. There is a handout section in the GoToMeeting panel, and I'm not sure what you are looking at, but if you can find that, I highly recommend that you look at these two flyers. I'm going to go through them real quickly. There's one that says Facebook and Google ads, and there's another that says top tools for more listings. I recommend that you download both of these and that you print them and you leave them on your desk, because these are the things that, you know how we have a million things that we got to do every day. You want to make sure you get back to doing these items here. So I'm going to start with top tools for more listings, and I'm going to be real brief about it. It says mail out a nearby homeowner letter, by all means, right? I'll show you what that is in a minute. Run ads for pending, under contract, and sold properties on Facebook. You're going to get listing leads, right? Create a property valuation plus page. Those are the landing pages I just showed you where the people had them all and the guys in Hawaii who doesn't customize it. So you create that very easily. Then you run ads on Facebook and Google for it. There are also 80 PDF guides, but 40 of them are for sellers. You are branded on every page with your logo, all your stuff. You can run ads on them. You can use print flyers. We have door hangers. There's all kinds of ways to get these PDF guides out into the market. There's a seller's guide. We have a nearby home sold report that you can get. Definitely mail out things. I know a lot of realtors know that I got to market my homes when they're sold. Everybody knows that. I don't even think 5% of realtors do that, right? There's a lot of realtors, and not that the small minority of realtors actually market homes when they're sold. We make it incredibly easy. I'm going to show you how to do that. Either use our nearby homeowner letter, which is the number one most effective way of getting listing leads, or use just sold postcards, which isn't as effective, but it's easy and you're probably more familiar with it. There's the e-flyer, blast it out on your CRM if you have a lot of leads. There's a seller's tool, get that out. And then there's this advanced custom audience. This is actually what this lady here was saying. She's saying, I created a custom audience and I mailed to those people and I ran an ad to them. And she got a listing and a buyer from all this. Remember, go check out the Angie Diaz story in the mastermind group when you can. So that's the top tools for nearby. This is top tools to get more listings. It's in the chat panel under handouts. Please check that out. I see questions here. So Joletta's got a great question. If somebody felt intimidated by setting up a Facebook or Google ad, how could you overcome that fear? I would say the first way to overcome that fear is to sign up for listings to leads. I'm going to show everybody how to run an ad right here in just a couple minutes. And we have Facebook software built into our system. We also have Google's ad software built into our system. So when we're running ads, you only have to click 2 buttons. You don't have to click a dozen or 20 things that they require when you're on their platform. We only work with realtors. So we know what you're trying to do as realtors. You're trying to market some kind of tool and you're trying to get buyers or sellers. We have and so all those boxes that you needed to know how to check, we checked them automatically. We told our software people, like, make that box. So that if our client touches that button, it's all done automatically. So Jolenta, you found the right call here. Yeah, I've been in business for over 20 years. I know I'm supposed to market my home sold. Yeah, never said a single one out. It's good you found this. We're going to make it incredibly easy. And the nice thing about listings to leads is, yes, we focus on making it easy, but we also include call to actions. And I think that's a big major coming of most real estate advertising. You could be from a large national franchise. You could be from a small boutique shop. And the one thing that all those companies have in common is when it comes to advertising, whether it's print or ads or a flyer, they got branding down cold. The branding is going to be like, that's what owners think about. Make sure my logo looks like this and that, right? What none of the top companies do, including the biggest, most successful real estate franchises, is they don't include any call to action. The call to action is, here's my phone number. Call me when you need some help. Here's my picture, right? People don't want to be calling realtors. I'm sorry. That's not like top of anybody's list. They want to research and find out what they need to know before they make that call. So that's where our tools really shine, because you're going to see in just a minute, we have a lot of call to actions in many of our tools, not just one, but multiple call to actions. And so if you're using more tools, you've got like multiple nets in the water. This is our flyer on Facebook and Google. I'm going to be quick here. It's pretty self-explanatory, but please print this and have it ready. It says, connect to your Facebook ad account. That means you have an ad account on a business page on Facebook. You're going to click a couple buttons and connect it. So when you run the ad, it's going to say sponsored by your business page. It's going to charge your credit card on your own Facebook account. We're not taking any percentage of that. So it's building your brand. There are a lot of companies where you can say, hey, I'm going to give you $500 a month or $700 a month or $1,000 a month or more, and you're going to give me 15 to 20 leads. You don't know how they got those leads. There are many companies where you literally have no idea. You're just getting leads and then you wonder if the ROI is there or not. Many people come to us because the ROI is not there. And the reason why I'm telling you this long story is that when you're running ads on our platform, it's saying you at your real estate business on Facebook. So people really, if you're running consistent ads, they can see your business page thousands of times a month. And of course, capture leads at the same time. Early stage ads get buyer leads, later stage ads get seller leads. Really easy to do that here. And one of the things that I recommend most, I'm not going to get into deep about this right here. Create a custom audience for high quality listing leads. It is covered. I do cover it every time I do a Facebook and Google ad, and often when I do top tools for more listings. Having a custom audience and using it in your print marketing. And just to give you an example, there are companies that will sell you lists of homeowners, right? And what you want is a list with name, email, phone number, and address. You're going to see that we have print tools that are really good. So when you buy this list, you want to buy it with everybody with more than 5 years equity. I know there are companies that'll tell you, hey, we're grading these people because we have algorithms and whatever nonsense. I think you're wasting your money on that. The average length of home ownership in the United States is $7. If you have a list of people that have owned their homes for more than 5 years, that's good enough because the average is already there, right? 5 years or more equity, you know they have equity. You want to use our tools and mail to them. With this list, you can mail to them. You can also upload that list to your own CRM and use our e-flyers, and you would have a year's worth of content that will engage and help homeowners, so you can email them at the same time. And then you upload that list to Facebook and you can run ads to those very same people. Okay. And that's a real powerful way to go. Agent isn't the only company. We have clients using redx.com, remind.com, Cole information / Cole resource. They sell it. You just want name, phone number, email, and address, right? And then that's kind of it. So that's the prequel to listings to leads. It's not even like what we need to get into. What we need to get into is where are the tools and what can I use? So when you log in, there's a wizard, okay? And that wizard, it's right in the middle of the page and it asks for your picture and it asks, I'm going to see if we got it down here somewhere. It asks you to put your logo in and it asks you to connect your social media accounts, your CRM. When we start auto sweeping listings, they're all branded to you. If you start capturing leads, we're dropping in your CRM. So once you've done that, we're going to bring you to this page right here. And I think it's very useful, but for me, it's more useful if you ask yourself, do I need sellers? There's a tab here, or do I need buyers? And there's a tab here. And I'm going to just click sellers because for me, it's easier to understand. I think a lot of people want more listings, right? So if I click that button, this page tees up all the tools that I have inside Listings to Lead that are going to help me get sellers. You can run ads. You can run listing ads on late stage listings. You could run you can run an ad on what is your home worth landing page. I mentioned earlier, there are 40 PDF guides. You can run an ad right here. We're going to go into it, but I'm just going to show you real quickly what we have on this page. You can market your pending and sold, right? And I can't remember the lady's name who was saying, oh yeah, I've been wanting to market sold listings forever, but I haven't. We give you multiple ways right here. I'm going to click in and show you, but any listing that's a later stage, it's going to be valuable. Our call to actions are to help you get more listings. Some of our clients who are very proactive, they will market a home when it's under contract and they'll market it again when it's sold, because all of those pieces are offering free home value. Please make sure that you get to this page and make sure that you download this listing presentation. In this call here, this lady, Angie, tells you her listing presentation, and she says, this is everything I bring, including this. This is branded to you on every page. Again, your branding, your picture, your contact info. There are seller landing pages automatically created for you waiting in your account. You can also create your own. You can create unlimited landing pages. They're all going to be right here. And you can then click marketing tools and you'll get them out. And I'll show you how. PDF guides, mentioned it a few times. There are 40 of these for buyers, 40 of these for sellers. We're on the buyer page, or I'm sorry, we're on the seller page. So just the ones that are going to help you get listings are here. And then there's short form video scripts. If you're into doing video, there's stats down here. The work area that you need to think of is, do I want sellers? Because here, all of the tools are here to help me. Or do I want buyers? Right. And then now we've got early stage ads. Now we've got buyer landing pages. And now we have buyer PDF guides. Right. So let's go back to sellers and let's go through a little bit of this. So now like everything is right here. Okay. And I'm going to click on create a Facebook ad. And I want to talk, I know I talk a lot about listings. I think it's important, but we are on the seller page. Let's do the easiest thing that everybody should do. If you sell the property, please, if you want more listings, do this. It says it's sold, leave it on lead ads and click create ad. And now this one only has one image, so it's giving us a bad look here. It should have 4 images, right? But all you have to do is click that green button and this ad will generate seller leads with name, email, and phone number. Okay. That's all you had to do. If you've been out mailing things, that's awesome. If you want to mail things for 20 years and you haven't, that's great too. But if you do get things out in mail, I definitely recommend it. But this is way faster and way easier. Notice that I just went to my listing that was sold and I clicked create listing and these are for sale. Oh, now I'm on all. So I'm going to do one that's pending, sold, under contract. All the call to actions are the same. It's basically saying that's going to affect your home value and click here to get your free home value. You don't have to worry about any of this other stuff. It is a $50 ad. Okay. $50 for 1 week. Here's what you do need to know. When you're running an ad on a property that is sold, they have a cost per lead. Both Facebook and Google set a price per lead, usually based on what you're trying to capture, right? And also what kind of competition is around you. Do you have a lot of agents competing for the same kind of ad? If so, your lead cost is gonna increase. Now we have thousands of ads run every month through our platform. We do have some average numbers. I want you to, if you're writing anything down, please know this. When you run an ad like this, these leads on average cost $7 each. So if you divide 7 into 50, you would get 7 leads. 7 times 7 is 49. You'd have $1 left over, right? To run that ad, and I'm going to show you, you just click publish, and that's going to create an ad that for our clients is very successful. I'm going to back up, and I want to show you the number one way to get buyer leads by far. Run an ad on a property that is for sale. Leave it on lead ads. Lead ads means you get pre-populated name, email, and phone number from the profile. And here, for sale in Sarasota, got some basic information. You can also borrow listings. If you don't have any listings and you want to attract buyers, talk to your office manager and say, hey, can I borrow a listing from somebody in the office? You pull it in on your listings page and boom, you run an ad. Now, buyer leads are cheaper than seller leads on Facebook. So we dropped the budget to $35 and these leads cost about $3 each, not $7. So if you divide 3 into 35, you can expect 11 or 12 leads, 7-day ad. I see some questions. Please put them in. Whenever you have a question, just put it in. It is pain free. Yeah, it's really easy. I want to show you a couple things that you can think of to customize, right? So up here, this is the text. You can just click in this box and you could say, hey, you know what? It's got, what do you call it? Ocean view, right? Or great schools, right? If something is missing and you think it's a selling point, just click in there and type it in because that's what people are going to see. What people are looking at here is what they're going to see on the app. And let's go look. Oh, so here we have a lot of clients in the southern states, including Florida. You might want to market outside of your neighborhood, right? You could close this box right here and you could say, I want to market up in Chicago. We have this old client. He's still a client. I don't know if he's in the business anymore. He was from Chicago, right? But when we met him, I sold their office in Naples, Florida, and he would advertise his homes down in Naples to people up in Chicago because he was from Chicago. So once he'd get that lead, he'd go, hey, is that place for cheesesteak still there? Or is that Italian restaurant over there? He would build that rapport right away because he had a connection with Chicago. And then they'd say, yeah, and he'd go, great. I've been selling homes for 20 years down here. How can I help you? So that's a cool kind of story of converting a lead. But the other big trend that's been going on for years is people moving out of cold weather winter areas to southern states, people moving out of high tax states to lower, tax states. So if you want to market outside of your area, just add another location, right? New York. One other thing that I think is really great to customize, you notice that this has one photograph in it. Let's click this button over here. It says change image/video. If you're a realtor who invests in video, right, you can upload it right here and it would knock out that static image and put in a video, which is going to get you more leads for cheaper, right? And then you can also pick like a few other, well, it's interesting. We just have outdoor picks, but we can still go through this. You could pick like the bedroom, the master bedroom. You could pick the, what do you call it? The dining room or the kitchen, right? The things that are relevant when you're looking. As long as you have 5 images or less, you can click insert. And this makes what's called a carousel ad. And these are, if you don't have a video ad, these are actually pretty effective. And if you don't like the order, maybe you want this outdoor kitchen up front a little bit more, it'll just rotate them real quickly. These kinds of ads actually outperform single photo ads, and video ads outperform any kind of single image ads or even a carousel ad. So that's how you do it. You just click publish, bang. Facebook will review it. An hour or two later, they'll make it live and you should start getting leads with name, email, and phone. Let's see. Is there a video just comprised of the photos from the listing? Yes. Yeah. So that's back in the, let's jump over. Let's go to the listing section. When your listing hits our platform, we create a whole bunch of tools. We also email them to you like right away. And let me go on this one here. We email about a half dozen tools to you. So you watch your email and you look at them. So these are all the things we do here when you have a listing. Obviously, we feel like you should run an ad on Facebook. So we put that at the top of the list. If you're trying to get buyers, let me just repeat it. The number one way to get buyers is to run ads on Facebook. You get leads with name, email, and phone number. They are effective leads. They are effective leads. I do want to state, though, that the conversion of these leads is the average is like 1 to 3%. I think the average is 1, right? I think for our clients, 1 to 3% conversion is fairly nominal. I also have clients converting at 4 and 5% on Facebook leads. So that's great. That if it's that easy to run the ads, you want to collect that many leads. If you're good at converting and you can convert 3 out of 100, awesome. So I'll show you a little more detail on that, but let's go answer that question. We create a virtual tour and we auto upload it to YouTube. Okay. And if I go look at it here, you'll notice that we're taking the photos, they're pan. We make a pan and zoom video, which will be in the top center of this page. And then we take that same video and we put it up on YouTube, and it'll say this home by you, meaning this address by, presented by your name. So if you have your own YouTube channel, you can also connect it and we will auto post to your own YouTube channel, which in a listing presentation is pretty compelling. Lets you actually. Now, we auto post to seller social media. So when you sign up, we auto post to your social media. You could have 10 or 12 different pages on social media. We would auto post to all of them. It would look like this. If somebody clicked on it, we would have this landing page behind it. And if anybody clicks on continue as Facebook, that blue button, we're going to grab their name and email it to you. Drop it in your CRM if you've got that connected. We have a nearby homeowner letter. We're going to see this later, but this is the number one tool for capturing listing leads that turn into listing contracts. Now, we have a lot of ways to capture listing leads, and I'm hoping all of you printed this out. You'll notice that the nearby homeowner letter is at the top. This doesn't generate the most listing leads, but these leads convert into an actual listing faster than every other tool. And here's why. You see this piece of paper? This is it. It's pretty simple. It's not a heavy read. It's meant to scan and make a decision in 3 to 5 seconds. And some people will open the mail. They'll read this and they'll go, oh, I want my free home value, right? You're selling a home in my area. I can get my free home value. I'm going, right? Type in that web address. That you each have this web address. It's unique. You have your own unique landing page. And follow the train of thought here. You mail this to people with equity. And you know that I mentioned Agent Dialer and RedX Remind. So you're mailing, because you have a list of homeowners, you're mailing it to people with equity. They open the mail, they read this, they think, I want my home value. They type in here, and then here they got to type in their address and click get home value. And then it asks them for their email address. Okay. So with that, then they can see an instant home value, and you get copied on their address and their email address. So you know what and who these people are. You should know if you mailed it to them. But this is way different than taking this landing page and throwing an ad up on Facebook, which a lot of agents like to do. But the lead quality is way different than mailing this to people who actually have equity. You know that. You actually can't target like that in Facebook. I am going to show you a workaround, but that's dealer. So that's listing. We have postcards, door hangers. We have a printer express copy, which will mail to people with equity. If you don't want to buy that list, they have the national database of all people with that are homeowners. And if you say, hey, I want to do a just sold postcard to everybody with more than 6 years equity, which is their default setting in a 1 or 2 mile radius, we make it super easy. Look how easy it is. This is an open house, so it really isn't. You wouldn't want to target homeowners. You could just go wherever. You'll notice, I don't know if you noticed, but this is how you use a mailing list. They always send to people with more than 6 years equity. You decide how many miles you want, and you click submit order, and they'll download that, print it, and mail it to people that fit that criteria. I see a question here, so let's get that. If I don't have a CRM, can you what can I use? I have CRM with Moxie. I think we have, if don't have a CRM, Virginia, are you saying you don't have a CRM or you're going to leave Moxie or you're thinking about Moxie? What are you doing there? If we go to our profile, and this is in the startup wizard, I think we have an API to connect to Moxie, right? So these are all the APIs that we have. And if yours is here, great. If you don't have a CRM, I think lucky for you, because we have this follow-ups. These are drip campaigns. I honestly, I think you should be using our drip campaign over every other CRM, because our drip campaigns incorporate landing pages, incorporate PDF guides, and it keeps people engaged. And I think I would highly recommend that you turn these on. If you have let's answer this question a different way. Again, connecting your CRM happens when you go through the startup wizard. If you are an agent who has a CRM and you put leads in it and nobody's really engaging with those drip campaigns, I would maybe turn them off and by all means use ours, because I've already had conversations with people who are closing listing appointments because they have the seller lead follow-up and there's so much back and forth that they're finally like, they pick up the phone and do this. There's also something, I don't know where we have it. And this is actually a big thing. And I recommend it. It is an upsell. We're in testing right now and it's working out really well. So we're using, what's that big buzzword? Artificial intelligence software let's go to leads. Maybe it's here. Yeah, right here. To have it's artificial intelligence text follow-up, right? So there's software that can listen to the questions that are coming and just keep sending questions back and forth. We're pretty sure this is converting faster than most agents would do. If you don't know this, when it comes to converting a lead, you have to touch a lead multiple times. I think a lot of realtors feel like if I get a lead, I should call them. I should call them immediately. Speed to lead. You ever hear that one? And that is a cool concept, but I don't think it makes any sense in today's world. In today's world, most people have smartphones and they can see a phone number coming in. And if they don't know that number, they're not going to ask it or answer it. And the other thing is, if they do answer it and they don't know who you are, and you're like, hey, can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. The answer is more often than not, I don't know who you are. I don't know what this is about. That was a mistake, right? I just clicked on something. They didn't really want to have a conversation with you. That's why text can really work well for you. And actually, I'm going to show you a client here that runs ads. And the first thing, he doesn't use our AI, probably will be soon, is that he texts leads until they're ready to talk on the phone. Then he gets on a phone and he closes an appointment, right? Most people call immediately and want to invite him to a steak dinner so they can talk. And that's not really realistic. But people are very comfortable corresponding via text for a little while until you've asked them enough questions and you know that they understand that you're trying to help them, and then they go. So anyway, this is new. We're in beta testing right now. I think we're going to go live in maybe by the end of the week. I would highly recommend looking at that. But I will say this, and we say it when you are about to sign up. This is for clients that are generating like 100 leads a month. If you're going to use our system or more, we have clients generating hundreds of leads every month. If you are an agent who just wants to market a home, you got a listing, you heard we're great, and you're going to maybe use a couple tools, don't use that advanced ads. It's not worth it. It's because there's a cost and you don't really have enough leads to really get serious. So we had a diversion over here on the listing side. Let's go back here. I want to show you something inside the mastermind group. And this guy here, I set up his office. If you don't know this, I set up the partnerships and office accounts and team accounts across the country. And Brian, I set up over a year ago, and he came in here in April and said, hey, you know what? We're running sold ads and we got a listing. So he made this cool video, which he was actually using to share with his agents, but he shared it with us. And what he's saying is, hey, he goes, I want to teach you all agents that you can run sold ads, which is what I'm saying, to get listing leads. And he goes, and that's what we did. This is in Conroe, Texas. And he's going, yeah, we were doing this. He said, but before we changed it, before we sold it, we ran ads and generated 114 buyer leads. He said it was a good looking house. A lot of people responded and we got 114 buyer leads. Now, if you remember, I told you buyer leads cost $3 each. So that's about $300 to $350 in ad spend to get 114 buyer leads. But he says they converted 4 of those leads, meaning 4 people purchased homes in Texas on a lead group that cost $350. I'm pretty sure the commission on 4 homes in Texas is more than $350. Now, he then flips it to sold in the system, runs an ad, gets a lead in the morning. They start texting them. They close in a phone call by 4 p.m. the same day. And that turns into a listing appointment for a home for sale for $400,000. And he wants to buy another for $450,000. So $850 in volume from $150 ad and a $4 lead. The lead cost him $4. Check out Brian. If you want to get in the mastermind group, Mathewson, he's with LPT. He's got his own LPT office and he definitely knows what's going on with our system. So when we come back here, we talked about creating ads, and Brian there is a great example of getting buyer leads and seller leads from the same listing. You should definitely be following those footsteps. But there are other tools. So when we click on a home that is pending or sold, this one's sold, this gets us to our marketing list of sold properties. And so I want to remind you, I think it was Gillette saying, I've been wanting to mail something for years. Here we have postcards. We even have them formatted for Every Door Direct, if you like that company. If you like our partner Express Copy, you can see that there's a web address and a QR code on the front where they can go become a lead, get information, become a lead. And on the back, on every one of our tools, it says that affects your home value and go get your free home value. And you know what that's about, right? So if you want to use Express Copy, click print and mail. And you can even, remember how I said you could buy your own list? You could use your own list and say mail to my list. And I want to see what this costs if they do that. I'd say 100. It's a little bit cheaper if you use your own list. So let's say you don't have your own list because maybe you're new to us and you haven't had time to find that list in your farm market. You can use Express Copy and say, hey, I want to do a 2-mile radius around this home. And for 100 pieces of mail, 100 postcards, it's $1.85 each. But they download it, they print it. What's the problem? There we go. Looks like that. You can scan it on the back, get your free home, right? And that's the thing. If you're mailing things out, you probably got your photograph over there and your phone number. Call me. We have call to actions where people can get their own information without talking to you, as long as they give you their contact information. So that's why if you're doing print, you got to look at what Listings to Leads has for you. Okay. Now, whenever you see the words e-flyer for your database, if you are somebody sitting on hundreds or thousands of leads in your CRM, notice this says just sold. You click on that link or that photo, you're going to become a seller lead. Every flyer always says it's going to affect your home value, and that's going to drive to this page. And you know that page also gives you a home value. It's got a few other links that can capture leads for you down here. All you got to do is copy and take it over to your CRM, paste it, and blast it out. If you have more than, let's just say 500 leads. If you have more than 500 leads, we have tools on our PDF guides and on our landing pages. And for any listing, you should be able to email that list every week with a tool from us that will convert those people into leads instead of just getting dripped on for years on end. I'm getting tons of fake seller leads. Sign up on my website, on our website, on your website, Joel. What's to stop people from fake signups using L2L? If you're running ads on Facebook, the name, email, and phone number is auto-populated. It's pulled from their profile. And I don't know if you use Facebook, but if you ever got locked out for whatever reason anywhere, you need your name and phone number and email. You just do. We're going to send you a text and we're going to send you a code. And then when you get that, you can log back in, right? and you're not running ads anywhere. So you're getting fake information on your website, which is weird. But in ours, you could certainly, if people ran into a page, let's go look at here, social media post. Let's say somebody saw a page where we're saying, hey, give us your information and we'll give you an answer. Running ads. Wait, Jolenta, are you in Spain? Or are the fake addresses coming from Spain? So when you are presented a form like this, people can give you fake information. You might see a Mickey Mouse or things like that, right? And you can't really completely block that out. And that's a nice thing. That's why our clients love our Facebook ad software, because those numbers are very often correct, right? I have a Remax team and they've told me we convert 5% of your Facebook leads, which is awesome, right? So if they're generating 100 a lead or 100 a month and they're converting 5 a month, that's good business. And 100 leads probably cost 300 to $400 a month. Fake addresses all coming from Spain. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, Jolenta. But we don't really have a lot of that going on. You can do that. But most of our clients are mailing direct. They're emailing our tools to a database that they already have, or they're using our Facebook ad software or Google ad software, right? And that's how they're getting our leads, right? Let's get back to the dashboard and let's cover a couple more things. I had mentioned that we have landing pages. And so you can market a landing page here. This one is for all leads. Let's say it's a 100-point marketing plan, when you click marketing tools, this is where it starts to make sense or get repetitive. We want you to run a Facebook ad, maybe run a Google ad. There's an e-flyer for your database, which means copy and paste out. This is like dragging, looks like that. And then there are print tools. And so that's how you want to think about it. There's a tool, there's a marketing asset. Maybe it's your open house. Maybe it's a flyer. Maybe it's a landing page or PDF guide. And I want to get it into the market. Right. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard and I want to just point out that you can access things very easily here based on if you need buyers or sellers. So that's really helpful. The landing pages, the PDF guides, and let's look at this PDF guide here. First time home buyer. Let's not do that one. Let's go over here to PDF guides. And our clients, if they don't have listings, they use our PDF guides either in e-flyer format or on ad format. And if you look in the mastermind group a couple of weeks ago, one of the people ran an ad on Google with a seller PDF guide. So he clicked on seller PDF guides and it was this one, 12 mistakes to avoid when selling a home. Relevant, right? So if I want to click on marketing tools, you're going to see here all the ways I can get it out. This is what he did. He created a Google ad. I don't know what town he's in, but you can do this in any city. And I'm going to say Alamo, California, and boom. Now, we haven't talked a lot about Google. I do have a class on Facebook and Google ads, but Google's the number one website in the country. And if you're trying to get listings, if you want listings in your business going forward, you want to really make sure you have Google in your overall business strategy. I do want to point out that Google leads are the most expensive leads in what we see in real estate. I'm sure there are great companies out there ripping you off for a higher price, but when you're just doing straight ads and you're managing it, Google are more expensive than Facebook, but they're higher quality leads also. So this guy who's in the mastermind group, I forget his name, it's Tom something. He ran this ad, he chose a photo or the town that he's focused. It's not really city specific, so you can use it anywhere. We create a landing page to download that. Every one of those 80 PDF guides I showed you have a landing page like this that you can share for free or you can run ads to. And when people give you this information and click this button, we're going to have their name and email, address and phone number and their time frame to sell, right? and then they can download it for free. And that's exactly what he did. $50 ad gets a listing somewhere in the US. And there are ways of doing that. I do want to point out over here in the landing page section that you can create unlimited landing pages. And if you recall at the beginning of the call, I showed you a bunch of landing pages, including custom ones that our clients were creating and capturing leads in the past 30 days. If you want to create a landing page, click that green button and decide what kind of landing page you want. We have a lot of templates. We have a space to make custom ones as well. I do want to say one thing. If you're brand new to us or you're signing up, make sure that you look at this one right here, because when I showed you, let's see here, let's go look here. You see when you have a page here, like there are many marketing tools that we create for you. There are probably at least a dozen call to actions built into this page. You want to download that? You're going to have to give up information. You want to download a PDF guide? Guess what? You're going to have to give up information. You want your free home value? We're showing that photograph. And the reason why I'm showing you that is that I don't know where you live, but if you live in Yuma, Arizona, your neighborhoods don't look like that. If you live in Washington, probably not either. And there you can get it. If that geographically doesn't look like your area, go to the landing page section, click edit, the pencil, and put a photo there that looks like your market. Okay. That's going to help you out. Is there any way I could make sure my competition won't see my ads? No, there isn't. Sorry. It sounds like you might be overthinking things, Jolenta. If you want leads with name, email, and phone number, run those ads. Don't worry about what your competition is doing. That's just a general business concept. Don't worry about your competition. You just perform at the highest level. I can guarantee you that there are very few groups of agents, and certainly singular agents, that consistently advertise on any platform. It's just not in the DNA. Lots of ideas and not a lot of execution. If you start working with our tools and you follow this dashboard and you decide, do I need buyers or sellers? Because I got it all teed up right here. You can be a marketing monster. There's a lot going on in setup. We even have free social media content. Whoever is following your pages, they're going to see it. And you'll notice that our clients, their Instagram accounts are growing from our content because people like the content. It's not heavy industry reads. It's light and conversational. For our clients who are posting information on our content over on Google business page, their SEO for their business is growing. So I'm going to wrap it up with a couple of things from our mastermind group. And then I'm going to say thanks. If you have questions, please put them in here. We're hitting the top of the hour. And I thank you for joining me. This call has been recorded and it'll be up on YouTube soon. I don't know when. I think this lady named April, I can't remember, put in a post about a week ago. Is it April Coleman? I think it is. No, it's not April. She's a client. She's another client. And no, that's not getting us there. Let's talk about Dustin now. So we're doing actually right now, just internally for our company, we're doing a marketing campaign with RE Technology. And so they did some interesting virtual interviews or case studies with our clients. And Dustin Fox is one of them. Dustin was a rookie in 2018. I sold their office, Pearson Smith in DC. They had 300 agents. He had been in the business for 2 years and was doing 5 million in production and he tripled his business in 2 years and did a call with us. And he said, yeah, 80% of my business is coming from your tools. In February 1st of this year, he wrote his own book. He is now the #1 agent. He's always floats between #1 and #4, but the office has grown to over 1,000 agents. When he did his call, it's been a few years now, he said, 80% of my business comes from your tools. And I put in 2 hours a week working in listings to leads to get there. Now he's writing books. He's got the top team inside of his office. And the difference from Dustin and many of our clients is this guy learned how to use our system and learned how to use our tools. And it's making money for him. Let us know. We have a great support team down here. If you have any question, including, can you get me in the mastermind group? Just put it in that box right in the center and they will check it out. This call is being recorded. It's going to be up on the mastermind group, not in the mastermind group, and our YouTube channel. And do your best to get familiar with us. Get on our YouTube channel, spend a little time. There's probably, honestly, 5 to 10 tools that you're really going to want to be using. And they are on that list that I asked you to download, the top tools for more listings and Facebook and Google Ads. If you just concentrate on the actions on these 2 pieces of paper and you do them consistently, your business is going to grow. Thanks for joining me. I hope you had a great summer, and let us know how we can help you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.